Hey, School Zone audience, Matt coming at you. I am actually in my car down in the Houston, Texas area today, working in and out of a bunch of schools before school is out. But excited to take a few minutes to talk to a friend of mine who I got a chance to chat with here about a month ago at length, and just really excited about sharing what they're up to. Joe Ewing of Save Around, thanks for being on the School Zone, man.
Thanks for having me, Matt.
So first, Joe, give everybody a little background on you and how you find yourself in the school fundraising space.
Yeah, great. So we're Save Around, and we're a family-run company. We've been doing coupon books. Our primary product is the production of coupon books. And we were founded in 1975 or 76 by a teacher educator who also happened to be a local high school football coach here in upstate New York. And he had an idea, it started off really with spaghetti coupons. He always tells the story, buy one, get one free spaghetti dinners and throw a meatball on top. So that was a company called Dynamate. And that grew throughout the 80s and 90s into about 25 markets. Again, with the coupon book, starting here in upstate New York, Pennsylvania, kind of a regional office, and then they went, down into Florida and a little bit on the West Coast. Long story short, in 2002, the founder's sons picked up the family mantle and company and started what now is known as Save Around. So we are actually up to, again, slowly growing it out, up to about 170 local markets across the United States. We're in like 42 states, I believe, at this point. I got involved out of college delivering books. So we're in Binghamton, New York, which is about an hour south of Syracuse. So we have what we call, if you're familiar with the New York State Thruway, we had Albany, Syracuse, Rochester, and Buffalo. Us young guys would load up our trucks and we would go deliver books at all the local schools. So that's how I got my start about almost 14 years ago.
And you're doing just a little bit more today than just delivering books, right?
We like to, we always say we still do I'll do a little bit of everything, but yeah. So now, that was, when we were, again, kind of concentrated in New York and Pennsylvania, but with our reach today, we have a big network of distributors and employees and a lot of work to be done. So we're doing more and more every year. Yeah.
So for those who may not be familiar with your product, why don't you take a minute and talk a little bit more specifically about the books, okay, and how all that works.
Yeah. So, and I'll give you an example, just one I was able to grab real quick. So this is the Rhode Island, Providence, Rhode Island edition that we put out for 2018. The books are basically 3-in-1 type products. You've got the local content, Matt. So that's restaurants, vendors, merchants that are, specific to that particular area. In Providence, for example, that's when you would see the local pizza parlors and fine dine, casual dine partners that we have signed up to provide and accept coupons. We have a national section to our book, which is your box stores and retailers and some online deals for travel and rental car. Really exciting for us because that is locations nationwide. We've partnered with those retailers, those brands to accept those coupons at every single location. And then now too, in the last 3 years or so, we've added the mobile app component to our product. So when you purchase our book, for those that aren't familiar with it, it's local deals, it's national deals, and it's also digital deals on your telephone.
So you mentioned 170 some odd markets you're in. So that tells me that this isn't just like a school calls you up and you guys do a book just for that area, that school, whatever. This is a much bigger national program that you guys run. So speak to that a little bit as far as potential timing for a school, that type of thing, because there is personalization for them in their area, but the books are printed in mass based on those markets, right?
That's right. So, and that's really our area of expertise is the content and building of the books. There's only been one other company that has gone national with a coupon book product format. Most people are familiar with entertainment. Yeah, so we go into the market and, based on, the size of the city or the size of the area, we have our strategy on what types of merchants to go after and target. It's a really program is not only beneficial to the local schools, it's beneficial to the local business owners as well, Matt. We don't charge to participate. Our expertise is in kind of the negotiation of a fair value, good value offer, from them that we can then show to our group partners and say, listen, this local restaurant wants to support you. Would you like to sell the book and support them, by getting customers in their door as well? So we have our data, our models, our history, our experience on, who's popular, of course. There's we all know the brands that you see on TV, of course, are always great to add into a book. So we spend the spring and summer months building the product. Our books typically print in July and August, so that's what we're gearing up for right now. Is the proofreading and signing and construction and design of next year's books. So the 2019 editions will actually start debuting in July, and those books are valid from the time they're printed through the following calendar year. So a school that wants to fundraise in September with us, they're going to get the 2019 edition, which is valid for about 16 months, those coupons inside that book. And then the process just repeats itself again next spring and summer with the new books arriving every July and August. The books really can't be customized per group, but that's where the app is exciting, because with a printed product, you print in bulk. You're absolutely right. So you may get 5,000, 20,000 copies of a book in at one time. What's really cool about the app is, again, our expertise as sign-in merchants, we can now do that year round. And if a local school has a need or desire, I always use the example of, maybe we have Applebee's, but we don't have the Applebee's that all the teachers go to at lunchtime. Well, let us know. And we can now, through the power of the app, we can get that location, that offer into the program as well, perhaps.
So I can see how this works really, really, really well, especially for those, medium sized to larger cities where there's a lot of local as well as access to all the national as well. Is it the app that allows this to work for some of the more rural markets as well? Meaning, yes, those people would want to have access to the big box stores, et cetera, the online deals and all. But chances are you guys have not talked to anybody local in their market before they reach out to you, unless they're a regular, customer of you guys every year. So how does that work? How does it work for someone in those kind of markets?
Sure. Yeah. So again, that's where the app adds a lot of value to our program. And we really enjoy that feedback and recommendations. Cause like I said, for us, we get, a lot of professional benefit from going to these merchants and supporting them as well. So in your more rural areas, now that's not to say we haven't done local signing, Matt. We really have a broad, we dedicate a lot of time and cost into signing merchants. So we do local signing. I mean, but the app as well, again, that's where we can reach out and in real time add discounts and offers in pretty much any given local area. We also like to think though too, and that's one reason why I'm glad to be on today. With a coupon book, people have the perception of maybe with coupon books, they are not designed for you, Matt, or I to use every single coupon. You know what I mean? We try to get maximum utility, but really the books are designed so that groups and schools that are selling this product can have a successful sale and reach a wide market of people to support their program. So I like to say that really, even if there's just a handful of coupons in that book for you in your local area, you're still getting a good value out of the book because you're going to save 3-4 times your investment in the book.
So then talk to me about the fundraising aspect of this. What is the cost, or how do you guys make money with the schools or with relation to the schools? And then how do they make money as a fundraiser with the program?
Yeah. Great. So, I mean, it's a product sale, book and order form, go home with the student. In our world, we we really insist on the book being sent home. So it's an actual copy of the book. It allows mom and dad and supporters to kind of thumb through it and see for themselves the real value that it has. So it's not your traditional kind of brochure, just goes home and with an order form. The child, the student is actually receiving a copy of the book to display. Groups, just like most other products, it's a typical kind of 2 to 3 week fundraiser, and hopefully they've sold more than their initial copy. Some won't, some will, and orders come back into us. And the school lets us know how many more additional books that they need to fill their orders. We have, because we are in 170 cities, we actually are doing a better job, and there's a lot of value in selling books outside of your local area. So if you're a group here in Binghamton, New York, you can actually sell books in Syracuse and Chicago and Dallas, Texas, if there's relatives and family and friends that live there. So it's just a way to help improve the experience and help groups maximize their, listen, they have less and less volunteers, less and less support. So we're hopeful that with our product and our program, we can help them, eliminate some of those fundraisers and free up their time, by helping them sell not just their local edition, but other editions as well.
So how does that work? Do you guys have like an online portal or something to where if little Johnny has relatives spread all over the place, or his mom can go and see, okay, yeah, they've got books there, and there, and then they reach out by email or social media or phone call or whatever, or how does that work?
Yeah, you're exactly right. There's actually two techniques. One is on the actual order form that does go home with the book. We display and kind of list, by state where we have editions. And then there's the online component. Yes, you're exactly right. People can log on to savearound.com and see our list of editions and actually preview the book. It's not perfect, but they can preview the book page by page if they wish to, if they want to place an order for an out of town book. Yep. Groups can be set up with unique fundraising landing pages. So, if my child is fundraising, I may get some literature from the company or my primary contact through email about, a dedicated landing page that I can go on, and any book that I order, if grandma's going to Florida for the winter and I order a book, my school benefits from that sale. So yeah, we are set up both hard copy still and digital as well for those out of town orders. Yep.
So what is the book typically retail for, and does the school have discretion at what they sell it for, and then what percentage do they end up making towards their fundraising?
Great question, because it keeps my life so simple. I always tell people I don't have to memorize 170 different price points. The 2018 edition came with the app and sold for $25, and our school partners earn a clean 50% profit, $12.50 per book. Because we encourage and insist on the book going home, we assume the risk on that, Matt. So any books that are damaged, I always use the school bus example of kids being kids and spilling stuff and ripping stuff. The school, the PTOs, the PTAs, the principals are not obligated for any books that are damaged, because we want people to kind of see, the value, the brands, the page 1, the page 3 that catches their attention and says, wow, yeah, my local grocery store is in there. I'm going to use that. I go there, 2 times a week. So, no cost shipping, a very, I know it sounds sometimes cliche, but 100% risk-free fundraiser for our school partners.
So is there any kind of minimums that they've got to do, or because you guys are printing these in advance, it's whatever they end up needing is what they end up getting?
There's no minimums. Our program works with not only the school-wide sales, the K through 5, it works with the individual classes too, the teams and clubs as well. No minimums to participate. We do have books on hand typically, and if we don't, we'll reprint and kick off as many groups as possible.
So aside from the books, Chad, Chad, I'm sorry, I just got a text message. Joe,
no worries.
Aside from the books, Joe, you guys also have a couple other programs, one of which I think is pretty cool. It's first aid kits, right? Talk a little bit about those programs as well, if you like.
Yeah, so I'll give you a little bit of the background. So, we have quality people and quality relationships, and we were, we realized that, we were talking to these groups once every 11 and a half months. So we've just been looking for other programs out there that make sense, and first aid kits are one that we've stumbled upon that has gotten a really positive, reaction. Again, it works with groups of all sizes because there are no minimums. And we're having good results with it. I use myself as an example. I'll go to the store. I need a Band-Aid, so I have to buy them in bulk. You buy 100 at a time. And over time, you lose the other 99. So now you're back at the store the next time you need a single Band-Aid. So again, but that's a very straightforward program that we run, 50% profit. Different than the books, the kits kind of do range in there's different price points on the kit depending on, do you want the kind of the pet option or you want the corporate employee, type of option. So different size kits, different contents, but it's a pretty straightforward 50% profit, no shipping charges, no minimums type program as well. We like that. We like to try to keep it simple.
Anything else, Joe, that you can think of that you'd like to leave the audience with about, what you guys are up to? I'm just really excited. I think your program, especially at a national level, like it affords, the fact that that folks have the ability to provide books out of their market, those types of things. Those are huge. Nobody else is doing stuff like that. So really cool to get a chance to get you on. Any other thoughts or that type of thing that you want to make sure you pass along to people?
Yeah, no, I appreciate it, Matt. I guess our big takeaway is value. These groups, unfortunately, fundraising is becoming a bigger and bigger need every year, with budgets and so forth. So our position has always been value. And it's not only value to the group, but it's value to your supporter as well. And it's value to the local businesses as well. We are a national company, but we still have a very much local kind of feel to our product, with restaurants and brands and stores that you're going to recognize as your parents and supporters go to. And if we don't have them, please tell us, because that's what we enjoy doing, is adding to our pipeline of content. So for us, really, it's just always been about a fundraising solution that provides value. We know people like to support groups, and we think we have a product that kind of says thank you back to them as well, because they are going to be able to use it. And like I said, I work for a coupon book company, and shame on me, I only use probably two or three coupons per year. But between the Barnes & Noble and Dick's Sporting Goods coupon, I'm saving myself close to $40 just with those 3 coupons. I have young children now, and for those that are in a sport, with families with kids within a sport every season, I mean, there's a lot of money to be saved in our books.
Guys, let me also just take a second just to talk from the advertiser or the couponeur's perspective. As a local area business person, and being that I spent years in the direct mail world, businesses are constantly trying to find a way to partner with local schools to support them, but quite honestly also to be able to benefit from that group of people as customers coming in the door. So you're not only saving money and of course raising money for the school, but you're also supporting businesses that quite honestly most of them can't survive if they're not being supported with programs like this. And so it ends up being a win-win-win situation all around. And Joe and the team there at Save Around are doing all the work, have done all the difficult and complex back end to make all this happen. All you guys have to do is say, yeah, we want to do this, and then get the word out to the folks in your school and to relatives and that type of thing. So couldn't be easier, couldn't be more beneficial to everybody, because you're not just benefiting some large company with their product that might be completely on the other side of the country, and your school. You're benefiting Save Around, you're benefiting your school, you're benefiting those businesses in your area. I mean, it couldn't be more of a win all around.
I appreciate that. Yeah, we take pride in that. We really do. Our program, just to speak from the local merchant owner perspective too, Matt, is trackable. It's a printed coupon coming in. It's a digital coupon coming in. So these local business owners are paying a lot of money out of pocket for ads that they can't necessarily, measure, are they getting a result from? And that's where we can come in and say, listen, we think we have a solution for you, and we're not going to charge you anything, let alone anything up front, until you start to see traffic from this. And you're exactly right. A lot of our merchants are in our program because they have grandchildren or children that were fundraising with our book at school and thought it was a great product and really something that they wanted to participate with.
So Joe, if folks want to learn more or potentially work with you guys, what's the best way for them to reach out?
Yes, thank you. So I'm going to give you an email address. It's sawyourvideo@savearound.com. Sawyourvideo@savearound.com. That's something that we've been using on our YouTube channel and some videos that we put together that I think are pretty cool. Kind of explain our program, talk about various aspects of our business. And one thing too, Matt, I really appreciate the time. You have got a nice program, a nice site, and you are really. I just enjoy really speaking about fundraising to people that are in it and live it and breathe it every day. So I really appreciate your time and for having me on.
Awesome. Well, hey, Joe Ewing, thanks once again for stepping into the school zone and sharing what you're passionate about, and everyone there at Save Around is passionate about. Have a great rest of the week, man, and hope we'll talk again soon.
All right. Thank you, everybody out there.